they'll probably have an even deeper respect for each other. But more than anything, this is a true South London battle for supremacy. It's actually less than 10 miles that separate Croydon and Lewisham. That proximity means that friendship groups are being divided, barbershops, pubs, social clubs torn. Even the two training teams have mutual acquaintances that have to pick sides or sit it out altogether. 18 months ago, Joshua Buatsi would have been an odds-on betting favourite. But Dan Azeez is the man with the momentum, and he's the man on a roll. This is an elite amateur, an Olympian, against an old-school throwback. A combined record of 38 wins against 0 defeats. 18-0 meets 20-0. 2 perfect records. But on the morning of October 22nd, one man will be on the brink of a world title shot and the other dealing with their first professional loss. That is, unless we have a draw. Someone's O has got to go, that old cliche. I have to warn you now, this won't be a table-flipping, name-calling press conference, we don't think. These are 2 gentlemen, 2 role models, and more than anything, 2 terrific fighters who guarantee action. But it has to be said, this has the potential to be violent, it has the potential to be brutal, and a style match that has fight of the year potential. Ben Shalom is alongside me and he's got 1 or 2 things to say, but we should go straight to the fighters. I'll go to my left, to Dan Azeez first of all. And the first thing, Dan, the war hat. Is that a sign of what's to come, your mindset in this? Yes, all the niceties that I've said, great. The relationship that you have with Joshua Buatsi, great. But that all goes out the window.
Yeah, like you said, it's just a mindset reminder. Just at war with everything, war with myself to improve and overcome the hurdles I need to get through in order to be successful in this fight. At war with the doubters who think I can't do it. At war with a friend who's in front of my dreams and aspirations. So yeah, it's just war, man. Yeah.
Joshua, why is this fight happening now in your eyes?
Before I start, I want to thank everyone for coming out. The weather's bad outside, but I appreciate you lot showing up. Why this fight is important? Because we've all got friends in life, and again, no secret that Dan is a friend of mine, but what's at stake allows me to put that aside, allows him to put it aside. Of course, we're in the sport to look after people we want to look after, but to win more titles as well. So this puts me a step closer. So it's right now, to me, it's the most important fight of my life.
What do you think of...
Sorry, Ed, sorry to interrupt you.
Blimey, you start already, Dan.
He asked, why is it happening now?
Why is it happening? Because you're the guy that I have to get through. It's the final eliminator. If it was anyone else, that would be great, but it happens to be Azeez, someone that I know, so it's got to be you, Dan. And I was calm this morning. Then Dan walked in with war on his hat. I said, blimey, Josh, wake the hell up. So I'm aware that October 21st is going to be war, and you guys will be there to witness it.
I think you guys have touched on it in a great gloves are off, a surprisingly good gloves are off. But is there any truth at all that you accepted this, that you look at Dan Azeez as a soft touch, that you feel that you're a level above Dan Azeez?
He didn't accept it, he asked for it.
Well, again, this is the narrative that Dan's come with, and there's someone else on this table that I should bring in, but I wouldn't do that.
No, bring him in.
The bottom line is, it doesn't matter, because October 21st, we are going to fight. Whether I think he's a soft touch, hard fighter, whatever it is, October 21st, he's going to be across the ring, and I know what's going to happen. So that's all that matters, Andy. Soft touch or not, it don't matter to me.
Is there any truth in what I'm saying there, Dan? Do you believe that actually he's looked at this? There was that sort of veiled pat on the back when you two were in the studio together when he said, I won the British title 3 or 4 years ago. Congratulations. That he is looking at you as a step below.
Yeah, that's all fun and games, but yeah, he won the British title, 3 years ago or whatever, but then what? Do you know what I mean? I'm the British champion now, and probably by the time it comes to the fight, I would have been British champion for 2 years. No one's dethroned me. I didn't just pick it up, win my title, then bounce like other champions have done. I've stood there. Anybody who wants to fight, bring it. I won it against a former British champion, defended it against a former world title champion, and I defended it against another former British champion. So I ain't had no easy touches. Like, it's all, fun and games. Yeah, I won it, whatever. But I've done my thing too. Do you know what I mean?
Do you mind if I ask you about that sort of old school throwback route to the top? We don't see it much in professional boxing, from area level all the way through. Can you explain a little bit just how proud you are of that journey that's got to this point?
Yeah, I'm proud, but like, do you know what I mean? It's not really so much about, the traditional route, or I was shit as an amateur, so I had to prove myself. Like, I didn't have no choice. Like, I was crap. So when I would go to promoters, they weren't interested in me. So I literally had to step by step, title by title, show that, look, I'm a contender. Do you know what I mean? These guys that you're mentioning, and you get me? I'm there. So it's not something that I want to do it the old school way. I had no choice. If I wanted to get to where I needed to be, that was the route that I had to take. And thank God, that's what's molded me and made me the boxer and fighter that I am today. And hence why I'm here with Joshua Buatsi, who's an Olympian, an elite fighter. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, we're going to headline October 21st and give you guys one hell of a fight, I promise you. Because I need my hand raised, and I'm sure he definitely wants his hand raised. And yeah, we're not going to stop until, our goals are achieved.
Just to pick you up on what you said there, an elite fighter, yes, but one that you're very confident of beating?
Yeah, of course. Like, anyone I get in the ring with, the job's got to get done. I could sit and be like, yeah, I'm confident. And Josh is a brilliant fighter. He's somebody who's, I used to spar rounds upon rounds with him, Dwayne. Like, they helped me get to, improve. Being around those elite fighters, it helps you grow, and do you know what I mean? And they're partly to do with it. But October 21st, a job's got to get done. It's as simple as that. It's not about, I'm confident, I know his weaknesses or whatnot. I've just got to get the job done.
Presumably you echo that. Just history has told us that friendships actually lead to pretty brutal, pretty exciting fights. John Murray and Kevin Mitchell produced one of the most violent and brutal fights. Even Anthony Crowe and John Murray, who were good friends as well. The sparring that Dan mentioned there, it was actually one of Dan's team that said to me, isn't it great that they've punched holes in each other for free and now they're going to top the bill and get paid for it? Definitely,
it's good. Many rounds, no one received a penny from it. Just a text saying, thank you, we'll do it again, and we did it. One thing I always want to draw attention to is, again, there's the narrative of the Olympics and, you won this, so you've been put on this stool and all of that. I think one thing I never forget is to be chosen to go to the Olympic Games and stuff like that. It doesn't come easy. The times where I was having no summers, no breaks, no celebrations, nothing. My head was down. I was hustling all the time. Yes, I've been doing it from young, but there's a price to pay. And I pay those prices. I'm from London, moved to Sheffield. The Olympic year, I stopped everything I was doing to go stay up there. There's a heavy price to pay. And, people like to say, oh, you've had it a bit easier because you did this, you did that as an amateur. But the thing is, that's just because I took it serious at a younger age. Like, when I started, I said, I want to get this. So I put my head down. I grinded. There's a lot of price and sacrifice that's come with it. And all that being said, it leads to October 21st. So, yes, a good friend, all of that stuff. But, man, there's no emotion in the ring. So I'm looking forward to it.
In that promo that we put out for the Gloves Are Off, Dan says that actually about pressure, and you reference the Olympic cycle, he says you don't like pressure, that he thrives under pressure, and whilst you've coped with pressure, you don't actually invite it.
My dad was like, who likes pressure, Josh? I was like, it's true, but when my alarm goes off, today, I'll tell you one thing, the alarm went off at 6:30. I said, nah, it's Monday, let me ease off a bit. I've got to do this press run, it's going to be all day. Then I said, nah, I think Azeez is going to be doing something. So I texted my boy, I said, I'm going to see you at the gym. Straight away, I was there, got a session in, then I came in. So there's always pressure, Andy. Like, we don't talk about the pressure or whatever, but that's because I've been dealing with it for years. There's always pressure at the O2, the 21st of October, there's going to be pressure, but guess what? I'm going to be in that ring and I'm going to do what I have to do. So there's always pressure. So while we're talking about it and saying there's pressure on you, Josh, who cares? There's been pressure on me from the beginning. Sky Sports, all the old promoters that I've had, there's always been pressure. So it's just part of the game. Like, I don't even talk about it. It exists, but so what?
Let's bring in Ben Shalom. The fighters wanted to bring you in pretty early there. First things first. Originally, both guys said, we'll do it one day. Hopefully one day there'll be a world title on the line for it. It's not happened that way, but It doesn't take away anything from what this is probably one of the best fights that you've put on under the Boxer banner, you would say.
Yeah, I think, look, we have to, as boxing fans, we have to put up with a lot of rubbish, especially recently, and this just stands out as something very special. I think what a huge advert for the sport, what a huge advert for London. Two boys from the southern area, unbeaten, now headlining at the O2 on Sky Sports. It's special and it doesn't happen often, and both fighters are putting a lot on the line here. I hear a lot about how hard Dan has worked to get to his position, and that's 100% right, but so is Joshua Buatsi, and I think for them both to do this at this stage of their career, with the unbeaten records, with world titles in touching distance, having ticked almost every box, they deserve a lot of credit, and I'm delighted to be involved. It isn't necessarily a fight we all saw coming at the start. We're here now, and Dan Azeez has a lot of credit to the fact that this is headlining at the O2 from where Dan was at 2 years ago. Says a lot about where he's got to, and it's a special fight.
You should have introduced Ben as Team Azeez. Just talking for Dan, bro. Real talk.
Look, for me, this was a very difficult fight to make. I think
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Listen.
Josh asked for me. You told me. I said, yeah, come, let's go.
Okay, well,
I was meant to have other,
I think. Look, all boxing fans want in this situation is to see the best man win, and I think I've said that to both guys. Both of them, are going into a very, very big fight for their careers. There is tension. There's been tension even in making the fight. But may the best man win. This is what boxing's about, and both of them will come out of this fight a lot better for it.
You're going to text Dan something different, though. I know it, bro. I know it. Did I ask for Dan? Nah. I said, listen, when I came to Sky, they said, Azeez. I said, nah, Dan's my guy, so give me someone else. After that fight, my second one, I said, I want to box straight away in August. Dan said, Josh, I'm fighting in July. Doesn't concern me because I'm trying to fight in August. Give me someone else. They said Azeez again. I said, is there anyone else? Because I keep saying Dan's my guy. But I will fight Dan if there's something at stake. They said, well, it could be a final eliminator for the WBA. I'm not going to say no to it. Dan's not going to say no to it. So it only makes sense. But the narrative he's got that I kept on asking, let's go with that one instead. I couldn't care less because October the 21st, we get to settle it out. So
yeah, no, for sure. It's just that I don't want you to be ashamed to, say that you asked for me. Like I
asked for you. All right, Dan, how about this, Dan? I asked for you. It's a final eliminator, so I asked to get in a final eliminator. Let's go with that one too.
Cool.
May I ask, after Pavel Stepien, is it fair to say that you didn't perhaps send the message that you wanted to? Do you have a point to prove to outside, not your inner circle, but to outside, that Joshua Buatsi, that everybody was talking about as the next big thing, people expected you to go very quickly to world titles and to dominate up there, that actually you do have a point to prove, and that has to come in the performance?
There's always a point to prove, and as long as your hands get lifted up, whenever I step into boxing places, I notice it's just about the winner. How you won sometimes doesn't really even matter. Like, look at the Olympic Games. Maybe someone won via boxing a very boring style. It doesn't matter because years down the line, we just know that person won gold, that person won silver, that person won bronze. Just win. So as long as I'm winning, that's what matters.
Let me bring this part of the press conference just to a conclusion. Dan, may I ask you for a prediction how you think this fight's going to go? I mean, this is slightly different to asking other people. You two know each other so well. So, you can't just say, I don't want to give predictions or whatever, but you know how the style is going to gel. You know in your mind how you think this fight's going to go, so you might as well tell us.
Yeah, I just see a entertaining, brutal fight. Ultimately, with my hand being raised, I have no prediction. Just mentioned it's just about the winner. And that's my mindset going into the fight. I just need to be the winner.
Do you believe in your heart of hearts that if you land clean, you can knock him out?
Yeah, if I land clean on anybody, I can knock them out. Forget about Josh, anybody.
The same question to you, Joshua. Your prediction?
I win.
And do you believe that you can knock him out?
Absolutely. I've said 12 rounds or less from the beginning.
Do you think you will knock him out then, if I phrase it slightly different? You think you can knock him out? Do you believe that you will knock him out?
Be there, the cameras be there, people be there. If it happens, it happens. But I will make sure that October the 21st, that I win.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Let's move to our chief support, which really could headline any show. Two men who don't necessarily see eye to eye. I think that's fair to say. Indeed, we have been here before, back in May. Mikael Lawal, due to meet Isaac Chamberlain. We did the press conference, a real feisty one, an even more sort of outspoken and feisty head-to-head, words exchanged. That fight didn't happen, unfortunately. Mikael Lawal was forced to pull out due to injury. Isaac Chamberlain has fought in the interim, so I'll come straight to the champion, Mikael Lawal. Welcome back, back to 100%. And all those issues are behind you now.
Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to the fight. Can't wait for it. I'm excited. Being healthy, health is wealth. So I'm happy. Can't wait for the fight.
There's been a lot of talk whilst you've been away, which you might have shut yourself away from, but I'm sure it's made its way to you. Second time around, what are your feelings towards Isaac this time around?
Honestly, I wasn't really in a good place. Obviously, it's just business. I'm going to let him do all that talking, see what he can do, and hopefully on the 21st of October, I'll see if he can actually back what he's saying.
You know I can back it up, bro. You know what I'm on.
Isaac, welcome back. It's British and the vacant Commonwealth up for grabs for you. Same position as Mikael. We're running this press conference back. What are your feelings towards him now compared to the first time round just a few months ago?
We found him. Bloody hell, bro. He's gone MIA, but we're here now, finally. I really don't want to jinx anything, but please, no excuses this time. No toothache or whatever, or I don't know, whatever injury he must have had with no doctor's report. Sounds like he was just faking it.
There was a doctor's report. I've given it to Boxer. Given it to the board, or given it to the board. They had a problem with it.
So how come you don't reply to the messages?
They would have stripped me of my title, do you feel me? So that's it.
Okay, I hear you.
Exactly.
It was just reported as a dental injury. So what actually was the extent of the injury that kept you up?
Yes, please tell us.
That's it.
Tell us, cuz. What was the injury? What was this dental thing that happened?
They've got the reports in it. And obviously, if there's an issue with it, they will strip me of my title. So we'll see.
You didn't answer the question.
No, that's what I want to say.
Let's come at it from a slightly different perspective. Ben Shalom, you must be delighted to get this on as a chief support. It could have topped any bill in London. We missed it in May, didn't we, after a very sort of vicious press conference. How much are you looking forward to finally seeing this one?
Yeah, it fits the bill perfectly, another big London fight. I mean, I've known Mikael for a long time, and I've seen a lot of things about him ducking and this and that. He came through our tournament. He's taken every fight he's ever been given, if I'm honest, and he's fought through the hard way. People talk about what Dan's had to do, and Isaac, of course, but Mikael has really come through every single challenge and barrier, known to him. And to be sat up here on a big show like this with him, chief support, is a huge achievement for him. And Isaac Chamberlain, we all know about Isaac. I think he's been very unlucky in his career. I think he's taken fights possibly at the wrong time for him without the right preparation, and he believes he's one of the best cruiserweights in this country, if not the best, and he'll be looking to put on a statement. But it's one of those fights, again, that could go either way, and Mikael Lawal has so much power in his hands that if he connects, it's going to be a very, very interesting night.
And the winner for you, the boxer cruiserweight stable is thriving, probably your strongest division. Where does the winner of this fight go?
Look, the winner puts himself right in the mix with the Richard Riapors, with the Lawrence Okolis, with the Chris Billam-Smiths, and those fights are there to be made. Neither of these two can look past each other. It really is a crossroads fight.
So what belts are you fighting for?
What belts are you fighting for? You know what you're fighting for,
Yeah,
the British and Commonwealth.
British and Commonwealth.
Yeah.
What about his title? Why is that not on the line?
What?
What about your belt? Why is that not on the line?
Listen, just show up on the 21st.
No.
Because
But
you need to
if-
show up.
if-
You can't even talk right
No,
now
no,
after
no.
the madness that's been going on of you pulling out of fights, bro.
If you
Stop
believe
all
you're going
that
to win the
rubbish.
fight, put your belt on the line.
All right.
Exactly.
We can
Alright,
do that.
Ben,
We can
Ben,
do all of that. We
we'll
can
make it
negotiate
happen.
that.
Pay the sanctioning fees and let's make this fight happen.
Do you mind if I ask, Mikael, as champion, as you sit there, do you feel that maybe you haven't been given the respect that a champion carries, that there is a degree of disrespect?
Honestly, I'm used to it, man. It's me against the world. Do you feel me? It's been my whole life. I'm used to it. So don't really
Bro,
care.
everyone has a sad story.
Nah,
man.
that's not about a sad story.
Everyone
I'm
has a
not-
sob
I'm not-
story,
I'm
bro.
not- who
Come
cares,
off that,
care?
man.
It's me against the world. And I'm
It's
saying I'm gonna
me
win this
against the
fight.
world. You Tupac fan.
Some worldly guy, bro. Look, trying to make everybody laugh here. Look at you.
Oh, is
You're
it?
a comedian.
Am I?
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it.
In terms of the fight, forget all of this. Forget, the talking side of it, but the fight game, the fight part of it. Yeah, everyone talks about your power, but if it comes down to a boxing match,
Honestly,
do you believe you can?
Everyone's gonna have to find out on the night. You feel me? And that's what it's about.
You're gonna have to find out too.
It's too immature, man. I can't even talk to him. It's too immature.
Do you two? I mean, I can't believe I'm asking this, but do you two have a final message for each other? Isaac, do you have anything that you want to get off your chest before we wrap this up?
How do I say this?
I'm sure you'll find a way.
Don't pull out the fight. Please, bro. Please, man.
Same thing. That's all
Have
he's got.
I ever pulled out
That's
of
all
any
he's
fight?
got. That's all you can say. Same thing.
Have I ever pulled out of any fight?
It's
What are you
not,
talking
no,
about?
it's not
Same
about-
thing.
It's not about. I didn't
Don't
say
pull
it's
out
about,
the
it's
fight,
not about
bro.
you pulling out. It's the same thing. You're gonna keep on saying.
Don't say
Keep saying
these.
it.
Don't say no excuses. Don't say, this is hard.
On 21st, we'll find out.
Okay, please be there.
Exactly. I will.
Okay, Ben, I will give you the final word. It's more fights to be announced on the bill, but one I think we're really looking forward to. This amazing top of the bill that I think every boxing fan in Britain is looking forward to, and chief support that have carried on where they left off last time.
Yeah, it's a huge show. More fights to be announced. A special night, I think, for boxing. A special night for everyone up here. Have to say, the main event, just have to credit both guys for taking this fight. Tickets do go on sale today. We're expecting a huge night at the O2, October 21st, and may the best man win.
Well said. Okay.
I'm just laughing.
Go on. Anybody got anything they want to say that they haven't already said? Now's your time.
That's cool, man.
You sure?
That's cool.
Okay, well, I think we're going to break for head-to-heads.